1. I'm John Miglosh for the WDMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. So we're going to dive right in and we're going to talk about RFM. If you remember, I've got a book out called Spinning Straw into Gold. This is an old copy, which doesn't have a good title on it, but the new copy is really beautiful. But I love that illustration there. That's from Scott Gustafson. He is the only one I could find that portrayed Rumpelstiltskin in a positive light, literally light, and like he's taking joy in spinning the straw into gold. Like that's I was so tickled when he gave me permission to put that on the cover. So, excuse me. So we've got the story. You know the story. Oops. You know the story, but spinning straw into gold takes magic, and I still believe that. And we're going to talk probably on Monday about about metrics and key performance indicators and how much it is art along with science. And there's all kinds of articles out on it. It's really good. We're going to have a lot of fun. Anyway, so what's the tie-in with Rumpelstiltskin? Well, the first is that the miller is lying about the money-making capabilities. And I got to tell you, this industry is full of lies. That's it. Full of lies. I've had my stuff stolen for decades. And I can tell you, people who are talking about it ain't doing it. That's the way it is, okay? And if that sounds harsh to you, share this. Share it with somebody who cares. And we'll go head-to-head. I'll have them on. It'd be great. Anyway, this industry is full of lies. It's right on the edge of lies. That's why we talked about ethics last week. We're always right on the edge of what is our real capability. Well, the miller was over the top. He said, my daughter can spin straw into gold. The queen cheats Rumpelstiltskin out of his consulting fee. That happens too. And so the lies are, we know all about you. We know what you'll buy. And I went through that already. So we'll go over here to this. We'll get to this is subliminal. Okay, so what's the role of RFM in this context? The role of RFM is, first of all, you gotta boil the data down. Okay, so you gotta take, that one guy spent $945.69 and one guy spent $867.22 or whatever. You gotta get that into groups. Okay, RFM is about getting it into groups. Okay. And we're going to talk a little bit about how that's done exactly. You'll probably get more insight into it today than you have in all the books you've read. Unless you go to e-rfm.com, there's a couple of books up there. Libby's book is in entirety is up there with permission from Don to put it up on the internet. So go there, read that book. It's great. Don's book is good, and good KPI, but we were doing it more often than Don, so we've come to a couple more conclusions. Okay, we're going to talk a little about the limitations, and we're going to talk about product extensions. But first, we're going to talk about scoring. So the guy, I couldn't remember his name. Actually, I did remember it, but then I thought, well, you didn't speak too highly of him yesterday. Arthur Middleton Hughes, bless his soul. Art has a book on RFM scoring, and he's one of the few people who actually tell you what to do. And most people who talk about RFM scoring will follow up on Art. And Art's idea was that if you take your customers and divide them into 5 equal piles with the same number of customers in each, and you do that for recency, frequency, and monetary, you will get equal 1/25ths of your customers. So just a little under 1% in each box. The problem is, if you don't have 500,000 customers, if you have 500,000 customers, then you got 5,000 in each box, and you probably got perfectly fine statistical validity. If you have less than 500,000 customers, that's slicing it a little too thin, okay? And you can say, well, we only look at it one-dimensionally. Yeah, that's not true. Everybody looks at it two-dimensionally if they have it, and then they draw erroneous conclusions. So, setting that aside, here's the first problem. We're going to talk about frequency. It applies equally to monetary, pretty much, and recency is a different kettle of fish. Okay, so if you divide up equally your customer file, and let's say some have ordered 25, 30 times, but most have ordered once, okay, about half. In this case, half, okay? Because, so if you put them in equal groups by frequency, these guys ordered once, These guys ordered once. How'd you decide? I don't know. Randomly, random allocation. Just give one, some of them twos and some of them ones. But they're no difference. They've all ordered once. Okay? Maybe you put zip code on as a sort. And in this group, because we have 50% who ordered once, in this group, half ordered once and half ordered twice. So your average score in this group is 1.5. Now, note, these guys are multi-buyers, and some of these in here, half of them in here are multi-buyers and half of them are single buyers. Half of them in here look exactly like the ones down here, but they got up in here. How? Don't know. Art doesn't really explain that. Okay, so you can see right off the bat that it's not so great. Plus, you're giving 2.5 spots to one-time buyers, and you're giving 2.5 spots to multi-buyers. But these guys up here are way, 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 way more valuable, right? So let's go on. So this is more like the way we score it. We put the ones with a 1. And the guy from, I think he was from Russia, that I showed the day before yesterday, he actually suggested that give the ones a 1 and work your way from the bottom to the top. That makes more sense because at least you'll have a big bunch of ones. Okay? And then 2s, 3s. These guys have ordered 4 times, let's say, 3 and 4 times. These guys have ordered 5 to 10 times, and these guys have ordered 10, 20 plus. Okay, so the best buyers are way at the top. This is the way we found business-to-business components in Baseball Express, in Cabela's, in no, that was a business. Most of the consumer companies clients we've had Fire Mountain Gems was another one, had a business-to-business component. Daniel Smith had a business component. We isolated it because of this scoring method. Okay? And the way we did it, the way it actually works is, up in here, we take 25% of the orders. We rule these out, so whatever that is. Okay? Then we take 25% of the remainder, give them a 5. The orders, though, because so 25% of the orders are going to be ordered by a very small number of customers. 25%, 25%, 25%. And that was originally given to me by John Worth at Woodworker Supply. Now, when you're using this to do list management, and you say, let's say we were just trying to run our company on frequency, we'd say, oh, well, I don't want to mail the one-time buyers. I just want to mail the multi-buyers. And that would be a rational principle, especially on a small mailing. Okay, so you chop it out. Now, later, in the middle of the night, you wake up and you say, hey, wait a minute. Some of those one-time buyers spent $1,000 or more. They might be worth another $1 catalog. And I'm talking about catalogs. It could be 30 banner ads, or it could be 10 emails, or, hopefully you vary the frequency on that basis too. You can do that with Google Ad Network and with Amazon. You can do it now, and Facebook, of course, you could do it. Amazon or Google actually could do it before Amazon. So you can take your customer addresses and do banner ads right to their cell phone. It's really wonderful if that's what you like doing. If you don't want to do catalogs, just give more banner ads to the people who are more valuable. That's the principle we're talking about here. Okay, so you say, wait a minute, some of those are worth a ton of money. So you say, okay, well, if they ordered more than $150, we'll give them more contact frequency. We'll give them more contacts, or whatever that is down here. If they ordered twice and they ordered $100 or more, we'll give them a shot. You can do that, and you manually kind of do that over time. What's wrong with that? Well, the wrong with that is that cutting circulation kills growth. So anytime you take what you've been doing and you've been making your way through life, I showed Dick Cabela with fancy modeling. Oh, brother. This is the killer. I had a friend just cut 30% circ and sales went down 20%. It may do them in. Also, when you're trying to cut circulation, you want to differentiate the one-time buyers that are also one-time monetary and also one-time recency. They haven't bought lately. They didn't buy much. They didn't spend a lot. Okay, we're going to talk about this in our next RFM. I'm John Miglosh. Like and